Direct operated valve, we have the solenoid on top, which is basically a coil of wire. As you may have seen in our electrical videos, when you pass an electrical current through a coil, we generate an electromagnetic field. This magnetic field is what we'll use to control the valve. We have two types of valve, the normally open and the normally closed type. Let's look at the normally closed type first. So inside the valve we have the armature. The solenoid is placed over this and completely surrounds the armature so that it's at the center of the magnetic field. Inside the cylinder of the armature is the plunger and spring. The spring pushes the plunger down in a normally closed type valve. Because the plunger is pushed by the spring, it will sit in a down position to close the valve indefinitely. But if the coil receives an electrical current, then it will generate an electromagnetic field, and this magnetic field passes through the plunger and will cause it to move upwards against the spring, therefore opening the valve. At the center of the coil, the magnetic field lines are the most compact and therefore the strongest. This is why we place the plunger in the center. Once the electrical current is stopped, then the magnetic field disappears and the spring will force the plunger down again to close the valve. With normally open valves, we again have the coil sitting around the armature, but this time the spring pushes the plunger in an upwards position so that the valve is always open unless the solenoid coil is powered on. There are a few different designs, but one of the simplest to understand is if we pass a current through the coil in the opposite direction, it again creates an electromagnetic field, but this time the field pushes the plunger instead of pulling it. When the plunger is pushed, it will close the valve and stop the flow of fluid in the system. When the electrical current is stopped, the spring will then force the plunger back to the upwards position and open the valve again. In this very simple version, the direction of the current flowing in the coil is what determines whether the coil produces a pulling or pushing force on the plunger. Now we're going to look at that in much greater detail in our next video, and we're going to even make a simple solenoid coil ourselves to see how this operates.
Solenoid valves have a number of standard components: inlet and outlet ports, an orifice, an electric coil to create a magnetic field, magnetic stop, plunger and guide, seals, spring. Two-way valves have an inlet and outlet port and a single orifice, while three-way valves feature 3 port connections and 2 valve orifices to control flow. Solenoid solutions offer both two-way and three-way operating valves in normally open and normally closed configurations. In two-way, normally closed electric solenoid valves, the pressure flow from one port to the other is blocked until the power is turned on and the valve becomes energized. Powering on then allows the media to flow freely through the valve. Alternatively, in two-way normally open valves, pressure flows from one port to the other when the power is off and the valve is de-energized. Turn the power on and flow ceases. A three-way solenoid valve has 3 pipe connections and 2 orifices, one of which is always open, allowing for 2 paths of flow. There are 4 common types of three-way solenoid valves: three-way normally closed, three-way normally open, three-way directional control, and three-way multipurpose.
So today you're looking at our Anthem digital control system. Really, the beauty of our digital control system is all about precise control over your showering experience, from temperature to flow to sprays, and even creating your own custom presets. So you're going to start the system with just the touch of a button. So hit the center button here and you'll see the sprays activated here on the wall. The control system is extremely intuitive. So all of the icons on the screen show you how you're going to control the system. So for example, the spray button here, we'll just tap that we'll see the various sprays that we hook up. You'll see that this Anthem system controls 4 outlets in your shower. So for example, we're going to touch that one more time, and we're going to turn off our Statement VES shower head over here to the right. So very easy on and off system. We're going to turn that back on. Another intuitive icon that we have is this temperature control here, just a thermometer. We're going to tap that. Temperature very easily controlled just with a soft turn of the dial here. And you can see here both dual zones are going at the same time. Another very intuitive icon is this link here to the side. So we're just going to tap that. We're going to unlink the zones, and now we can just control one zone at a time to turn the temperature up or down. The beauty of the system is it's going to come with 5 preset experiences. So that's going to be a good morning and a sleep setting. We're going to have a cool down and a warm up, and then our shine setting as well, which is really going to involve cooler water for the hair and skin maintenance. However, if you'd like to create your own custom presets, we have 1 default setting and 9 open presets where you can create your own showers. The very nice thing about our Anthem digital controls is they work with the Kohler Connect system and our app, and that runs all of our Kohler smart home products. The beauty of that is that allows you to then connect into your home assistants. So if you want voice control of your Anthem shower, you can download the Kohler Connect app, connect your system, and then if I have a Google Home, right, I can wake up in the morning and say, Google, turn on Jennifer's Kohler Good Morning Shower, right? And that's going to get the shower started for me, so I'm ready to jump in and go for the day.
Itself.
We have the Statement VES shower head, which is our eco-friendly water-saving shower head. So that's really going to help in terms of using 40% less versus your average 2.5 gallon shower head. The other way, and let me turn off the system here. So once your shower is done, you're going to see that on the screen here, we have a reading of how many gallons of water was used during the shower and your shower time. So this is really about empowering and enabling mindfulness in water consumption, right? So you can see over time your gallons consumed in the time that you're showering, and that's really the first step of water conservation, right? Is just being mindful of the amount of water that you're using in the first place. There's 2 options as always, right? I mean, if you have a new build, this is something you can definitely specify with your builder or contractor to install. So you're gonna have one interface that will control either 4 or 6 ports, but you'll have the digital valving system behind the wall. So you'd want a plumber to install, or if you're doing a bathroom remodel, it's something that your contractor or plumber could help you install.
You by Moen Shower can be turned on by using the controller right in the shower. Simply press the power button to turn the shower on or off. The shower will turn on the first outlet at a default temperature of 100 degrees. You can also turn on the shower by simply pushing the preset 1 or 2. The number will glow to show that the selected preset is active. To pause the shower, tap the outlet buttons to stop the water flow. The You by Moen controller responds by telling you the water is paused. To restart your shower, simply press any of the flashing outlet buttons. The shower will return to your previous settings. You by Moen Shower, the shower designed just for you. Moen. Buy it for looks, buy it for life.